Recording in progress. Can you hear me well, by the way? Sound wise, talk okay. Because I put the volume really down for the trumpet. So we've been just chatting a little bit, and what I want to do today is adding to the buzzing basic we did last week. Um, the program that I consider incredibly healthy if you want to be in a consistency and the overall shape to be successful at auditions and at competitions, right? So here's a thing which I think is very important, and I'm sure you have talked with other teachers and great players around the world about this. There are so many players who are really good players, and they're not successful in auditions, right? It's just a reality, and there are so great players who are not successful in competitions. So and it's easy to say, yeah, it's because of the nerves. It's just because some people are calm and other people are nervous, and some people can't manage the situation. Yes and no, because the nerves also come from something. So when you are too unstable or unstable with your nervous system, with your whole uh, psychological approach to something, there's a reason for it, because deep inside your subconscious, you know that you're not consistent, and you know that you're not free, and you know that you need a good day to be good. You need control. And this is the point where I come. As long as you think you need control, you can lose control. Does that make sense? So if you can only be successful on stage when you have control, so what you do when you don't have control? Not having control is the acoustic is really shit. You couldn't sleep last night. You're sick. It really feels like crap here. It's too hot. It's too cold. You did, for some logistic reason, not have the time to be 1.5 hours there before, and you arrive 10 minutes before you have to play. All these things that happen out of your comfort zone. So, and you don't have control. So what now? Because you can only play when you have control. You know where I head. So it is important, and that is a very important thing for me in my whole teaching, and also, I mean, for myself. Basically, what I teach is what I do myself. I'm looking and searching and finding. And the older I get, I'm not 25 anymore. The older I get, I try to be more and more and more efficient, simply because that's how life works. If you do a lot of things, you don't have that much time. So a very important part of my teaching is that you learn, or that we learn, that we don't need control. Hey, Lily, good morning. So this is Lily from Mexico, Leonardo from Colombia, Juan Hernandez. Juan Hernandez. That sounds. Yes, I just reading here. Jose from Mexico, Yuka from Mexico, and Krzysztof from Poland. Wonderful.
Hello,
So
everyone.
just going on. Um, if you have a set of exercises that are focused on creating an always working flow as an autopilot, then you don't need control. An autopilot is a habit. It's nothing else than a habit. We talked about that last week. And a habit is something that you do every day, every day, every day. You just do it, and it becomes a toy. It becomes a game. It becomes something that is not serious. In English, there's an interesting saying. It is, you can be serious about it, but you don't take it seriously. You know what the difference is? Tú puedes estar con mucha seriedad sobre un asunto, pero no lo tomes en serio. So this is really, really, really important. So there's a priority, but it's a game. So, and that's why it becomes natural. So in this, we all have stood. Hey, Pedro, Yona, we all have. Today's the Mexican day, right? We all have stood on a stage and have noticed that when you don't think, you play best. So, and here's the thing: some people, and it's the truth, some people have the talent to not think, in a good and a bad way. Some people are just dumb and don't think, but some people have the ability to be on stage and just flow. There are talents who don't care, but most people have to learn that. And in my experience, from all the years playing and from myself, I know there are many great players, really great players. If they have not learned how to flow, they can only play great in some circumstances, but not when it's when it's difficult. An audition is difficult. A competition is difficult. I mean, an exam, a test, who cares, right? But basically, if you want a job, you have to audition. Whatever audition. It's an orchestra audition. It's a big band audition. It's a job audition for teaching. It's an audition. You go somewhere and you have to play. So, and you have to be so natural that you just flow. And the set of exercises I want to show you, which some of you already know, um, is designed mainly. They're based on things that Peter Leiner did with me. Peter Leiner was one of the most, if not the most, successful pedagogue in Germany. Unfortunately, he died in 2018 with only 56 years, too young. But he was a very pragmatic person. Pragmatic is, he would do something with you which just makes you free, 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 free. So, and some of the students were incredibly talented and other not. They all won auditions. And that's the point, okay? So, to the whole program, it's blah, 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 blah at the beginning because we want to play. Um, keep doing the buzzing basics. Keep doing it. And what I want you to find when you do it every day, it might feel strange. And it mustn't sound. Just keep doing the intention. This goes together. With each exercise, it gets more focused. It gets more focused. And once the lowest note is focused, you don't change anything with your embouchure. So if you don't change anything here, you do have to change the airspeed. There's no other way. It's the only way. And therefore you notice that everything goes forward, okay? Again, I think the key exercise is exercise number 5 and number 10. Because it changes the register without anything here. And then all the following exercises, of course. No change here at all. So, and it takes some time to get there, but do this every day and then rest. Yeah. Don't do this exercise as a warm up for an audition. No, no, no. Not thought for that. Okay. So this is a separate set. And I told you it's 25 minutes, maybe 30 minutes. If you play fast, 20 minutes, whatever. Do a nice break afterwards. 30 minutes at least, or 1 hour. Okay. So, and the set of exercises I'm going to show you now is like Lily connects to hear what she has heard 10,000 times, and Pedro too. But it's always good because there's a reason why I'm 48 and I do the same exercises from 20 years ago, because they simply work. They simply work. And if something works, do it. Okay, let me do the screen sharing. Here we go. This is actually wrong. It says Alex Freund's routine. It's not my routine because I didn't make it up. It's it's a mix from many people, but the one I show you today is based on Peter Leiner. So I just show you very, very short. Exercise number 1 is the bell tone exercise. And we're going to go through all together, but we take a different order. It's all about flow. Exercise number 2, I will explain that in detail when we go to it. And so on. And we're going to start with exercise number 3, which is here. Where is it? Oh, here. Okay. It's 5 exercises, and I call them the 5 exercises. So let's do number 3 first. And I want you, let's do the same thing. Everybody's muted and 1 is unmuted, okay? And then we change. We can start with Christoph being open. So just do the same thing we did last week. When you go up, it's getting like da da. Okay, and it says A and B. I usually do the short version. I do one slurred and then the next one articulated, okay? Which is, the next one is with B, is articulated. Okay, and what I do, every third one I do with the mouthpiece in the trumpet, really piano. Yeah, and that was very well done. So with the mouthpiece, every interval becomes a glissando, okay? Like whenever you do mouthpiece buzzing, it's not da, it's da. And the next one, slurred again. Okay, I'll just change to Jose. Okay, and then when you're at the low F sharp, Then we go upwards. So we had started at the C, now we go on from C sharp upwards. It's always the fifth and the octave, huh? The fifth, the fifth. Mhm. I just want to mention that one time at the beginning here, where the first indication is, it says DD. Yeah, so DD is it's the English DD. In Europe, or in Spanish, in Mexico, you would write DIH, D with a long. So DD is the articulation that makes sure that you train connection. Okay, you train and you can articulate, just to avoid misunderstandings. You can articulate crispy T T T. Important is that it's never interrupted. Huh? So and we just go on like this. It's not all written up with the mouthpiece, E flat. Also, a very short comment. So this means when it goes up, you blow down to your tongue. We talked about that last week. And the cool thing about this exercise is it has this memory effect. La da dee, you're already there, so you just stay there. La da dee dee and therefore the octave disappears. So you train what the buzzing basics whole approach does. An octave is not an octave, it's just a slight channel that speeds up the air. Okay? And also, last comment, important. If you don't feel that it's relaxed, you don't have to do it up to high C or to C sharp or to D. You can do it until G or only until A. Just go with the flow. We have 5 exercises, yes, which in the in the perfect world you do that until C, all of them. But if you don't feel like it, you can do the first one until G, second one until G sharp, third one until A, and then it just gets smooth. However, if you do the buzzing basics thing before in the day, there will be no problem because everything is right in the right spot. Okay, so and we can skip that now, and then just you go on, and then you rest. So let's say that took 7 minutes to do. Now you rest 7 minutes. Okay, so between the exercises, rest the amount that the exercise took. That is one idea. The other idea is that you do religiously 5 minutes and 5 minutes. So you play 5 minutes with a stopwatch, and after 5 minutes playing, you rest 5 minutes, and that happens. You're somewhere in the middle of the exercise. Usually, it's around F. Like when you're around F sharp, 5 minutes are over, you rest, and then you go on. Yeah, that's 2 ways to do this. Okay, so let's go to exercise number number 4. That is always, I think I have to take this away. Okay, so we're gonna get Pedro.
I'm muted. It's 8 in the morning here.
Okay, then let me change to Lily. That's all good. The idea of the shh mute is that you can't hear shit. That's why it's called shh. Okay, so let me see if I can put this to the side. Can you see it?
Yes.
You know what I can do? I can put this a little bit to the side. Oh, no, I can't. So the exercise is, it looks difficult, but it's actually not. It's a broken up chord, a scale, and a chromatic scale. That's it. And we're gonna do that with slurred, DDD, and Gitygitty. Let's have a look here at what this is. Gitty is nothing else than inverted double staccato. Instead of tiki tiki, you do kitty kitty, right? So the other way around. For everybody who is not familiar with that, kitty kitty creates an incredible flow in your articulation, and it takes care of triple staccato, double staccato, everything. It's incredibly healthy. So, and Gitty is just a way to express that it's as connected as possible. Okay, so let's do. We do one each. Lily, can you go to your audio options? And wait a second, I have to take this off for a second. Go to your audio options and click where it says suppress background noise. Click in low.
Okay.
And then your input volume, put this a little bit below 50%.
All right.
Then it shouldn't saturate anymore, okay?
Okay.
Cool. Here we go again. So there's no rocket science with this exercise, right? Of course not. There's no rocket science, but what I want to talk is 2 things. There's a way to just play the notes and then be happy. The main way is make this a musical phrase. It's probably easier when I sing it. La di da da di di da di da di da da di da di di da 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 di da di da di da 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 di da di. So the scale, it says crescendo, right? But the idea is that the scale has life. Yeah. So instead of that's playing the notes well, do with a nice direction. Okay, so now we do the next one, which is B major in DD, in single staccato with DD. And always listen to your body. If you don't connect, you have to play slower. Yeah? For instance, if you do it's bullshit because you would create the habit to play like that. That's a tempo I would go then. Okay, so you don't have to play the tempo I play right now. Adapt to what your body is capable of doing right now. That's Wim Hof. Yeah, for me, a big process to learn, especially as a student, was to just be honest with myself and adapt to the speed I need. You know, let's say yesterday that was the speed that worked. Today, Lily, for instance, I would do it a little bit slower, so that you really can glue these notes together. So now B flat with giddy 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 giddy. Okay, you can do that as slow as you need. You will all see the benefit of Gitty. Also, when you do Clark, Gitty, 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 Gitty. Everything when you practice Arjunian, Gitty, 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 Gitty. Always practice things the other way around, and everything will work. So A slurred again. So that was single tonguing. Now comes Gitty Gitty again. Slurred. Give me 1 second, please. moment. I'm with you in a second. Okay. Okay, and then from there we go up, which is, it says down here, let me see, the window off for a second. And up until your limit of the day without forcing it. Okay, so we started at C again, then we go up from C sharp. So no rocket science how it goes. D, D. D, 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 D. Gitygitty. Gitty-gitty. Okay, so another way to do it is instead of going down from the C when the exercise starts, you start at the C and you go up. And now when F sharp comes, you do the upper octave and then the lower octave, and then G the upper octave and then the lower octave. You can do that as you want, right? I mean, there are ways to do it. You just go down and then you go up, or you go up and then you go down, or whatever you want to do. Yeah, so there's no dogma in that. Slurred. Gitty-gitty. See, and for instance, without judging or anything, when it sounds that undecisive, as right now, Lily, I would always do it slower. Yeah, I always make it slower. So there are two things: play slower and play freer, so that the scale instead of that's all one big train that goes. Okay, so just listen to where you're at, and so on and so on. We go up to C sharp, to D, wherever you feel. Okay, so exercise number 5, and then we go back to exercise number 1 and 2. That is also no rocket science. You have heard that. Important is, and we can do this one going up. Do a crescendo on the upper note. I don't know if the zoom saturates up there, but and that goes into the department of, you remember from Buzzing Basics exercise number 2, crescendo, decrescendo. But why you do the crescendo, you focus. So you do the crescendo on the upper note, and then you da da dee 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 dee. Think about that. That is your intention. And that leads you to this incredibly powerful fortissimo without being open. So you can grow, but it always stays together. Okay? So Leo. Okay, let's do it as it's written, and then you guys, you can play with this as you want. Again, you can go up from C and then mix whatever. I'm sorry, I like to add this tiny little bend at the last note, whatever you want to do. Yeah, and the only comment to this one, apart from the crescendo and the higher note, is play with blowing down in that octave, and play as wide as you can. So you can play crispy again. It could be ding 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 ding. So, but it's never disconnected. Okay, you want to train. That is a natural habit. Whenever you see connected scales or whatever, there is no tiny break in between the notes. That disappears from your life. Never, you know. And then we go upwards from C sharp now. Okay, here it says D flat. I think in C sharp. I don't know. Give me 1 second. I have a child emergency. Stop the recording for a second. Okay, so that exercise is pretty self-explaining, isn't it? It's very hi, Jose and Uriel. Uriel is gone. I just saw Uriel. Where is he? Funny. Oh, he's gone. Anyway, so here comes the PDF again. So that is a great exercise for free blow articulation. Very important. Remember this two break rules. One rule is each exercise takes so much time, and then you take the same amount of break. If the exercise is 10 minutes, you rest 10 minutes. If it's 7 minutes, you rest 7 minutes. But on the way of building it, I would actually really suggest go with the 5-5 minute rule. And this one is, you kind of have to stop in between. You play 5 minutes and then you're somewhere at F sharp, you rest 5 minutes, and then you come back and you just go on where you stopped. So you will see every time you play, it's better, it's better, it's better, it's better. From the quality, from the feeling, from the sound, it's just so. And that is what you train. You train to hear yourself always with this incredible natural quality. Everything is natural and incredibly juicy and healthy and whatever the attributes are. Okay, so let's go to exercise number 1, which I consider the most important one if you want to win an audition, because that is what it is. There's an audition, there's a big hall, it is uncomfortable, and you have to break the silence by breathe go. You stand there and it feels like shit. It is terrible. It might be a big hall, it might be a tiny shit room, but you have to break the silence by just do, just breathe go. So, and that is what most great players cannot reproduce in an audition. When I say most great players, like there are many people who are very good players, yet the audition is an obstacle. So we train to breathe until the note. 1, 2, 3, breathe, go. That is the biggest virtue you can develop. So let's just do it as it is. We go down from G to G, and then we go up from G to wherever. Okay? So who do we take? Let me see. Fast mute. I have to see who's there. Yuka. Okay. Oh, I hardly can hear you. Can you go to your audio set? Are you with the mute? Are you with the cell phone?
Yes.
Entonces no vas a poder cambiar el audio. Ok. A ver si, como es, si tocas más lejos del, no lejos, pero no al celular. Vamos a ver, ¿ok? Okay. Okay, so for all of you who do not know this exercise, the little break here with the fermata, the idea is that you do breathe for each note, so for each new bar, so that the breathing becomes part of the note. Okay, it's like that. It's not just the note, it's the note starts with the breathing. If you have too much air, just use that little trick. Blow out the air, that is too much, and then breathe again. So you want to almost over breathe. You know what I mean? Because this exercise is training that when you go into an audition situation, you don't think about it. It happens naturally that you go there. This just the very beginning. And this one. You breathe and go. That is the key. Really, really, really the key. So let's go on. Diggy 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 diggy. No? The third one is double staccato. Diggy 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 diggy.
Oh, es doble sacado.
The second one is D D D D D, and the third one is diggy 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 diggy. Mhm. And if you want, you can alternate. One tone you do D, 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 and the next one you do with he, D, 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 he, D, 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 just air attack, you know, whatever. You can always play with things. The important thing is make the breathing part of the exercise. If you just play the notes, you see, you don't train what the exercise is about. The exercise is about, okay? No, B flat, I'm sorry. Make sense? Okay. And then you go up from G to wherever you go. So I like recently, instead of going down and then going up, going from G, F sharp, G sharp, F, A, E, B flat, E flat, D, you know? So you're always playing low, high, low, high, low, high. And it's whatever you want to do. You can also start from G, going up to G, then from G going down to G, then doing the rest. Whatever you want to do, important is it's about the breathing. Okay, let's go up. G sharp. again, if this was 5 minutes, now you stop, 5 minutes break, and then you go on. It's like, it's funny with yucca, with the phone, you almost only hear the first note, but the idea comes through. You just touch it and then you let it do its thing. You never do dee, you know, dee, 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 dee. That's why it's called the bell tone exercise. That's ejercicio de las campanas. Like a bell tone is, that is what we want. Konradin Groth, who was the principal of the Berlin Philharmonic, he would call that suspension tones, como un resorte, a suspension of a car. Dong. Bong, 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 bong. That gives incredible elegance to your playing. Okay, let's go on. F sharp. Okay, so this exercise is very important to listen to yourself. If you start straining, if you start forcing, if you start pushing or pressing or pinching or whatever, that's it until there. So if that starts happening with A, you do the exercise only until A. So to make sure for the first maybe 3 days or so, just do it until G so you get familiar with it. Yeah? The good thing if you do it like this from G, one down, one up, one down, one up, is like when you come into the higher register, there comes also the low register. It's always balanced. But this exercise is about learning, not you, but your body, learning how much air and how fast the air is for each note. You cannot think about how to play a high C. It's just a crack, you can't think about a high note. You just have to breathe and go. And why does that work? Because you have created the autopilot to do so. Here's the thing, that takes a while. That's not done in 2 weeks or in 3 weeks. In my experience, it takes about 3 months. Okay? So, I mean, you are all professionals. You all can play the notes. The thing is, be able to play it and be able to play it under pressure. That's the two things. So you do this, just do this. Like you throw the dart every day, and then you forget about it. And then you throw it again, and you throw it again. And after 3 months, you just don't miss the 100 anymore. You just don't miss it. Why? Because. Okay, so the bad news is, my friends, and you know that already, you need to do this every day. And this is where, let me just take this off here for a second. This is where each of you just needs to listen. Where am I at? What am I doing? You know what you're doing. You know if you practice once a while. You know if you practice, it's not about 5 hours or 1 hour. You see, this whole thing is a 45-minute program, which is talking right now. So if you do this every day, you will get to a point where you notice, you hear and you notice everything is incredibly natural. You breathe, you go, you breathe, you go, you breathe, you go. You start not missing notes anymore. You start always sound incredibly full of overtones. But if you do this, let's say on Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, next week, Thursday, you will not see this effect. So this set of exercises becomes very, very, very fluent, very efficient in the way you can play with very little air, very free. So, and the key again for under pressure performance, that you just breathe and go. And that can happen, whatever. So it's good that happened. When you practice at home, I want you to go for 100% risk. Don't be afraid of cracks. Breathe, go, and you breathe until the note. If you practice to not miss the note, you see the difference? There's this tiny little break between breathing and go. And yes, you can play that note without missing, but not live. And that's the key. Live, there apply different physical rules. It's a different universe. So the laws of physics of our universe don't apply to the stage. But do you know what I mean? So practice 100% risk. That's it. Okay? So, and if you're not in shape, I would not do that exercise until high C. Do it until G. Very, very, very important. Okay? So this is, and now the last thing we do in exercise number 2, which is similar, but that is a very musical exercise, and I will explain why. And then in the next sessions, we just go through this. So we have done some explaining today. So this exercise goes half a note down and the natural interval up. Okay? And of course, in the register of the trumpet, the only thing that changes is the interval up. There are different things. So the first note is like a bell tone. And then go. What is the key about this exercise? It is about creating energy and relaxing the energy, but keeping it. So you do not want to play da 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 da. So it's literally you only play the first note and then you let it flow. And that is the biggest virtue in a musical phrase. You give energy, but you step away from it. Ba 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 do 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 da dee da. It's not ba 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 ba. You know what I mean? So da dee da dee da 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 dee da dee da dee da dee da 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 dee. There's energy, and you step away from it, but the energy keeps going. So energy is not amount of air. It's very important. Yeah? So that is pushing through the thing. Da 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 da. And what is pushing? The amount of air. So you just touch it and go away. Make sense? Okay, so let's go. Christoph, where are you? Here you go. Okay, so we go from in fifth we go down, G, C, F sharp, B, and then we go up in octaves. You will see. And similar like the first exercise, make the breathing part. Okay, so, and one suggestion, play also already in this low register when you do the interval upwards, blow down. You want to train that where you don't actually need it for when you need it. So now we go up in octaves. You see, low F sharp, which is written here as G flat, and then middle octave. Okay, you will see. Okay, so you just imagine the higher octave is twice as fast air. That's all you think about. And when you have a crack, like I just did, you repeat that sequence. So, and you repeat it until it's just there. And very important, until it's there without making sure it's there. You know, you can play that high G. G sharp is a shit tone. It will always be. So, and you can play a G sharp, making sure you don't miss the G sharp. But that's not the point. The point is that you go 100% ba, and your body gets used to where the G sharp actually is. You know what I mean? Let's do it again. Okay, there it was again. do that until you're fearless, completely fearless. Be, ba, be, ba, you know? So these are these 5 exercises, which some of you know already. The point is how to do them. And let me tell you, it's that simple. Just do them. I know. Wow, what a life-changing concept. It's really like that. If I want to get in shape and I do them for 1 week. I come from 0 to 100 in 1 week. So if I do them once a while, it just doesn't happen. It does not have the same effect. And it's really, let me just take this close here. Okay, perfect. So we just did them. Jose and Uriel just watched the video. Watched the video for the first. I think you came in with exercise with the third one or whatever. We did it in a different order today. Yeah, so we didn't do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we started 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. It doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want to do. You can start with number 1. You can go from G down. You can go from G up. You can start with from G up and then down. You can do this, whatever you want to do. But my main suggestion is have a watch. Like put your phone into this famous, where is it here? Stopwatch thing. Start playing. Yeah, da 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 da. And when this thing is at 5 minute, break. And then you just go on after 5 minutes in the same exercise. That is the best way to start, and you will always be fresh. Because those 5 exercises together, that's quite a lot of playing.
Could you smell it?
Oh, it smells good. Say mal hello. Huh? Yeah.
Hello.
Guck mal, da ist Lili. Smells good.
Could I check that is weight?
Yeah, you can go. I come with you in a second, okay?
Okay.
Okay. So basically that's it for today. Make sure that your attitude towards this is like a game. That's very important. So don't ever feel, oh, I have to, you know, when this fighting attitude comes into the trumpet, you create that as a habit. Does that make sense? So the trumpet is not a Rambo. If you do that, you create that habit with the trumpet, and then you play with that face expression, and everything is hard and it's incredibly trumpety, and you might not miss notes, but it sounds like shit. And that is the whole point, is that you change towards something which is naturally and floating and relaxed, not necessarily relaxing, but relaxed. So do the buzzing basics. My suggestion is before, then you have half an hour break, 1 hour break, 5 hours break, whatever you do with your day, and you do this set of exercises. It's 5 exercises. Within the exercise, you do 5 minutes break. It's not that long. It's let's say half an hour to 40 minutes, literally. So if you don't feel that the high register feels natural, just don't do it yet. Do it until G. And you will see one day you do it until G, second day until G, third day until G sharp, and then it comes. It just happens. You will notice when you don't think about you know, when your body finds where those notes are, and on the way, it is important to make mistakes. It is important to permit yourself to find it. Okay, why was the first note in F sharp when I wanted to play B? Because the air was too slow. Why is the air too slow? Because the body is too lazy. You know, blah, because the tongue is too low. It's, I mean, I can only tell you, there are 10,000 exercises. and they are not the only ones. But if you do this set of exercises for 2 or 3 months, you will get into, you're not a better trumpet player necessarily, but you're so much more natural, free musician, and everything you do, you will be able to reproduce on a stage, in an audition, in whatever. And look, it is that simple, and that's like the last thing I say. In our business, if you want a job, you need to play for somebody. What can I tell you? Unfortunately, it is like that. And if you're all your life scared about auditioning, you will not have a job. It's that simple. Or you will not have a good job. You know? So you need to face your fear and stand on a stage and learn how to be free in a shit situation. So, and that's the point of these exercises and the point of doing it this way. Yeah. So very short. Next Sunday we will not meet because I will be in an airplane. I would like to do this next week on Wednesday. Wait a second. On Wednesday I leave. That's actually not true. I'm completely wrong. Because I leave to Washington on Wednesday. No, you know what? Let's do this. I sent you a message. I can do this from Wednesday is the 13th, 14th morning, 15th, 16th, Saturday. I think Saturday the 16th. Saturday the 16th. It will not be 11 o'clock because I'm in Washington. So it might be 10 o'clock Pacific time. 10 o'clock Pacific time, 11, 12 is 1 o'clock New York time. I write that in the group. And, Saturday, July 16th, 1 o'clock New York time. Okay? So, and then from there we go. The next week I will be in Mexico and in Aguascalientes. Somebody lives there. And
Alex, see you there.
huh?
See you there in Aguascalientes.
I will be in Aguascalientes from the 20th to the 24th.
Okay, I will try to see you 1 or 2 days. Okay.
Cool. Okay, so just that you know, I write you about the dates, and it's recorded. I sent the recording, and just do this. Do this every day. It's not so much time. It's 1.5 hours now because we've been talking quite a lot. Okay. Any question? Cool.
Everything is good.
Yeah, you just flow with this, and you will see an incredible benefit. I wish you all a beautiful Sunday. Ahora voy a construir una pérgola. Take care, everybody.
Thanks, Alex. Have a great day.
Bye, you too.
Bye bye.